Hi everyone, it's Jade from Career Journey Professional. I am a career and lifestyle coach based in Sydney, helping people with international background to find and land in a career that you desire. So last week we had an offline event. It's more like a workshop. It's about how to ask for that promotion or pay rise in your performance review or in your annual review of what you actually want. A really good time that a lot of people raised their questions and we had a good discussion in terms of how to find out a solution for them to actually have that pay rise or have that promotion or otherwise getting that job interview, getting that offer that you actually want for your career transition or for your first job. It's actually a long session, so today I will just share 3 simple tips on how do you ask for that. So if you are to go into a performance review or an annual review of your performance in any format, there are 3 things you need to know. So the first thing is knowing your worth. Knowing your worth comes from obviously the monetary value. So in terms of what's your salary, if you're going to ask for a salary rise, of course you would need to know how much you are worth on the market, right? So there are several ways that you can do it. First of all, the easiest way is jump online and Google. So there are many websites that you can do it. I would advise 3 websites. One of them, you probably know this, one of them is PayScale, one of them is Glassdoor, and the other one is Indeed. Although Indeed is a job seeking website, but because they have so many information from job seekers or people who already found jobs, so they gathered enough information to have their own industry level salary as well. So that's one of them. Glassdoor and PayScale are 2 of the biggest sites that you can actually get to know a general level in terms of how much you should be get paid or the median pay of certain roles in certain industries. So they're all global, including Australia. On top of that, you can also get to know some insights of how people, what kind of question they got asked in the interview, what's their culture like, what's their job and work like. So they get to review the company as well on those websites. So it's really good to provide that insight before you actually going for that interview or going into that performance review, knowing your worth. Another thought would be you can go and ask your mentor, your previous colleague, or people who work in your company and left the company, or from your previous company, or people who are in your same industry. They could be your client, potential client, or just simply on the same side of you from other company. They may be able to provide some other information that you may not know and provide a estimate of your value in your industry based on your experience and your expertise. Thirdly, it's obviously going out and look for a job. Talk to a recruitment consultant, going to interviews, actually sitting down and getting a job offer or getting a money offer value in terms of your salary to get to know how much you're worth. So that's the first thing you need to do, knowing your worth. Of course, your worth also comes from the contribution that you have made in your existing company as well. So you do need to do your homework in that perspective as well. Second one, knowing your working environment, knowing the environment that you're in. What do I mean? I mean several things: your industry, your company, your department, your team, and manager. All these things together. So obviously you need to have a general understanding. If you are a fresh graduate, if you don't have much understanding of the industry, you will get to know, for example, maybe you're working in the artificial intelligence sector, which is a really booming industry. So in the short coming years, you will have more opportunity to have a pay rise. So that's what you need to know. And secondly, having a big picture view of your company as well. How did your company perform last year? Was their revenue increased? Was their benefit increased? As well as your team, did you behave well? Would that be actually headcount or budget for your company to increase salary or to provide that promotion or to provide that extra support such as projects or such as study leave or study support for you? And thirdly, having understanding of your team and manager, understanding your team environment. If you were to be promoted, who is your competitor? Who is more likely to get promoted? Maybe you already have a team leader, so he maybe get promoted first before you get promoted. And then having an understanding of your manager's management level, management style as well. Some managers are very straightforward as directors, so they may like you talking in a very straight manner. I feel like I'm ready for that promotion, such as I feel like I'm ready for that promotion, or I feel like it's time for a pay rise, and these are the reasons. Give them numbers, give them facts, give them examples. And some of the other managers might be more empathetic, or they have a more harmonious or balanced point of view, which you will have to explain to them and relate to them, to tell them the reason, and not just the numbers and facts, but tell them the reasons and your bigger point of view as your bigger career goal as well, for them to understand where you're coming from, for them to help you to get that promotion. One thing that was raised by a lady in our talk was she mentioned that her company actually have a very strict protocols, as in what kind of people can get promoted, to what extent, to what percentage they can get a pay rise, which is actually really good. If your company have such a clear guideline as in how you can get that promotion, that's what you should adhere to in your annual career goal, to actually achieve those targets or overachieve those targets, and then you will have all the proof and all the reason to ask for that pay rise and promotion, right? That is great. So if you have that kind of protocol, that's great. If you don't have that, maybe pay attention to people who get promoted. What did they do? How did they communicate it? What did the manager say? What is getting recognized? That's where you should be paying attention to. And thirdly, it's of course practice and advice. So once you have that idea that you are very clear on what you want, you know your worth, you want it to get 20% or 30% increase, and you have your reasons and numbers and examples, and also your longer term goal, then you need to practice that. For us, one statistic shows that over 38% of people in Australia workforce, have never talked about pay rise. So regardless, we're minority or majority, it's a difficult conversation. You will need to practice that. So who can you do that practice with? So you can be your colleague, ex-colleague, your friend, of course, people in the same industry, your mentor, people that are professional like career consultant, career coach like me, that they can actually sit down and tailor-made and listen to you and provide on how you can improve. It's going to be challenging, and you need to practice to be more efficient, and practice makes perfect. That's it, guys. 3 tips. Think through all that in your mind and practice that, and then you'll definitely get it. I did have a few clients recently got a really good pay rise, and I'm really proud of them, really happy for them. There will be more information on how do you actually improve your communication, or how do you handle negotiation at work. That will be published as our new online courses. So do leave a like if you find it helpful of a video, subscribe to our channel, and all the best to your career and life.